How's my hair?
Josh, your hair looks great.
Your hair looks great, Josh.
Welcome back to Whiteboard Banter with the boys.
With the boys.
With the boys.
We put the boys in
Whiteboard Banter with the boys.
We're the white boys that put it in the whiteboard banter.
Yeah.
We're the white boys that banter with the board behind
We're
us.
the
put the
boys that
banter
banter
in
and
the
the
white-
bite and the board, and we're back with another episode of the podcast.
We had a good run there.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good intro.
If you guys remember last episode, or if you didn't see last episode at all, we ranked all of the MCU films from the first two phases. And as you can probably see if you're watching this as a YouTube video, we have like 27 different things to film and judge this time.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to try to go through these a little more quickly, not as many monologues.
Should we put our name on the boards? Again?
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks, Dante.
Go for it, Dante.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so episode 5, let's go.
Yeah.
Party up.
Episode 5, this is big. I remember a few episodes ago, we were talking about like how a certain amount of podcasts don't make it to episode 3, and then even less than that make it to episode 10.
Which we already have plans all the way up to episode 10. So.
And beyond. So make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow us if you're on anything else, and share it with your friends. It helps the algorithm, and it helps people know that you like the content.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Dude, Marvel. Let's talk about
Without
it, guys.
further ado, let's get started.
Hey, Dante,
guys.
would you mind moving the bags?
Yeah.
Josh, can you make an acronym for us?
I'll just do everything!
For Marvel?
What do you mean an acronym for
Like
Marvel?
an acronym. Marvel stands for M is...
It's mediocre action villains.
You forgot R.
Mediocre action.
Marvel's right. Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah. What's your favorite Marvel movie? Was it? You mean Marvel? No,
Okay.
I said Marvel.
Okay, let's go ahead and start. So we talked about all the way up to, I think it was Ant-Man. And so the movie that comes right after Ant-Man is Civil War.
Okay. I'm glad you know the
Wow.
order because I
Yes.
forgot.
I
after
definitely
this.
know.
I do not. It's okay.
Civil War.
I like that
boys.
movie.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's pretty good.
I think it's like...
It introduced Spider-Man and
Yeah.
Black Panther. It should have been an Avengers movie. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly.
I think it's a really solid movie.
I'm gonna just go ahead and put it in
I
B
think
tier.
B is
We'll move it.
good.
We'll move
I
it in a
agree.
sec.
Look at us.
Okay.
Look at us. Look at us agreeing.
Whiteboard
Look at this.
agreement.
Who would have thunk?
Nope.
Not me.
Whiteboard agreement. That's right, yeah.
See,
It always starts that way, though.
I think it's a good.
Yep.
I think it's a pretty good B tier movie.
Yeah, because I think the Winter Soldier's definitely better.
It has some really good parts in it. It's
Yeah.
like a solid movie, but like...
Yeah, it has its issues,
Yeah.
but it's
There's
fine.
a lot
You
of
know.
other really good and really bad things on here, and that's a good middle of the line.
It is.
It was one of the darker movies, I think.
Wait, are we doing
that
all the
came out at
shows? Because I've not seen
Yeah.
all the shows.
I haven't either. That's why I
Okay,
haven't.
good.
I have actually seen the show, so...
Cool.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna rely heavily on you. So after Civil War,
Yeah.
we have. Do you guys want to guess what it is?
Is it a Spider? No, it's Black Panther.
It's not Black Panther.
It's
Doctor
It's
Strange.
not?
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Oh my
I watched
gosh.
that one recently. I like it actually.
It's Doctor
I
Strange.
love it.
I think.
I like it better
The
than
first one's down
Civil
there.
War,
First one's down there.
guys.
That's
to be
my-
honest
that's.
with you. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so Doctor
Yeah.
Strange 1. Yeah, 8
Yeah,
seems
that's
good
fine.
to me.
That's fine with me.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's fine
That's
with
a
me.
good movie.
Yeah.
It really. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It introduced this whole, like, it felt like it... What?
Good. No, I just feel like
Like,
you don't
I
have
think
as much
it's
to
really
say about this.
Good. I think it's
Yeah.
good.
It starts, it's like, it feels like a whole nother kind of genre of Marvel movie almost.
It
you know?
really does.
Introduces this whole new kind of world. It's pretty sick. A tier.
Yeah.
A tier movie.
It was very different because I'm watching them all after watching that. It was like this is a breath of fresh air. It's something different, something
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
I like the mysticism of it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Faux show.
All right, what's
Yeah.
next?
Next is, as I believe, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Is that next?
I think so.
Okay. Well, you know what my view is, but you guys, we'll compromise what you guys think it's gonna be.
Okay, I
I did do some research whenever
Yes.
in between episodes just to see like how good it was. I didn't watch the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I watched some highlights of it, and I do gotta say the things that stand out, the music and colors are so phenomenal.
Yeah,
And Yondu's death at the very end is so emotional.
it is. Yeah, I like it a lot.
You think it's S tier worthy though?
I don't think S tier worthy.
You think
But
it's more of an A vibe to it?
I think definitely an A vibe.
Yeah.
I could say A.
A?
At first, I was really like, no, it's not. nearly as good as the first
Yeah,
one. But
it's kind of a black sheep where it kind of goes under the radar for a
it
while.
kind of is. Whenever it first came out, I
Sneaks up
remember
on you.
thinking that it was just kind of a victory march from the first.
Yeah, because I used to think the exact same thing, and then I watched it again this year, or not this year, 2022, and I was like, dang, wow, that was way better than I remember watching it. You know, because it's some of those things you gotta.
It's a lot more emotional than the first one.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think all of the jokes were really good. The only thing I have to critique about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2
Yeah.
is it doesn't let itself be super serious for very long. Like,
That's fair.
There are way too many jokes, and it takes me out of it. Like,
Yeah.
the very first time that Ego is meeting up with Quill,
Yeah.
and he's, like, talking and having the seriousness, he's like, hey, I'm your dad. I got to go take a piss. And it's like, whoa, let us sit there for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good critique.
Okay, A then. Let's go.
But I do
All
like
right.
your your little ramblings last episode.
I love
Did
that movie
lead
so
me to
much.
go back and watch it again.
Oh yeah,
which
check out that last episode of Evan. It's awesome. Anyway, what's next?
I think Infinity War is no.
No, not even.
It's-
Because we got Black Panther. We got Spider-Man.
It's Black Panther.
we haven't done Homecoming yet.
Yeah,
have
we haven't. Man, I'm so out of order on these.
Wait a second.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
All right.
Okay.
I'm a Spider-Man stan. You know,
I
I love Spider-Man
Okay.
more than anything else.
Okay, but
This is mine.
take your biases
So-
away. Let's strip that
Yeah,
away
yeah,
for
yeah.
a second.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
As a
Yeah.
film, yes.
Oh, I'm just saying that. I think it's a solid movie. I think it's better than the next one. Not as good as the third one.
Yep.
I think it's all right. I think
I would still put it in an A tier.
like you'd put it A tier. I would put
I was
it B
thinking B,
personally. but-
honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's good, but like it misses like it could be a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
I
There's
do
there's
like
a lot
that-
more room to be better.
Tom Holland feels a lot more like a high school student
Yeah.
than the other two actors who
Right.
played Spider-Man did, and so I liked that aspect of it. Really
Yeah.
felt like a high school movie. But you're also right.
Yeah, so I mean that's good. The only thing I would complain is like the whole thing with Liz was kind of just like it didn't do anything. Nothing happened there. Nothing really for character development. And
Yeah.
also a bit too much Iron Man-y, you know? I love Iron Man, but it's like it kind of takes away from who Spider-Man's character is a little bit with him like not making his own suit and he doesn't feel as much his own person yet.
That's my thing with
That's the
movie.
only
It's
thing I
like-
would complain. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
thinking B?
I'd say B. Yeah.
I'm okay with B tier.
Yeah.
All right,
'Cause
next up.
if we're saying that the third movie is better than that, I don't think I would even put that movie in S. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to it when it comes. All right, what's next?
Next up, we
Ragnarok.
got Thor Ragnarok.
The more we go on to this, the less and less I'm like familiar with these movies. By the way,
Yeah.
like I think once we get past Endgame, like I'm no longer an MCU fan at that point. I'm just like I'm a casual viewer then.
I am as well, because
You know.
up until Endgame, I think I've seen all of these movies 4 or 5
absolutely,
times.
yeah.
You guys have to take my word on it for a lot of these things then, because I've
Yeah.
seen all these. But
So you're up to date.
I've only seen most of them once,
Yeah.
except for Shang-Chi, but we'll talk about that
I have a
later.
hole in my
Okay.
sock. I hope the cameras
now
can't see it. It's
Thor
fine.
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
I like the movie a lot. I think
All right,
it's
Dante, what do you got?
Honestly, for what it was going for, it was like, okay, let's take away everything we had. Like they knew they made their mistakes from the second Thor, and we discussed those mistakes in the last episode. So I like how it kind of tried to strip it away, and it was like, okay, let's figure out how to do this better. And for what it is, I kind of like it.
yeah.
Not an S tier by any means.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
I
agree.
would
I think
not.
it's
No
easily the
chance.
best Thor movie. We
Yes.
can probably agree on that. Easily the best Thor
Yeah,
movie.
for sure.
It was the first time I was like, wait, actually, I kind of like Thor actually now. You know, I was like,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
cool.
I was like, I like this character a good bit. I would say B or A.
I'd say
I'd put it in an
A
A tier.
I'd put A. Yeah. The thing about it, the villain is the only thing that really holds it back because she's kind of forgettable. I think. Like she's cool.
I was literally about to say who was the villain, but
Hella. is.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
I mean, you know, you get like this big A-list reactor, and then you get, you know, and it's cool, but like it's nothing like super special.
That's what I think. A lot of these, what we've talked about so far, a lot of the villains just aren't
pretty
super
mid, yeah.
aren't
I will
super
say,
memorable.
Spider-Man:
Yeah.
Homecoming, and honestly, all the Spider-Man movies have very good villains.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Vulture is awesome. I love
you-
Michael Keaton's Vulture.
Do you remember the name of the guy from Doctor Strange?
I know the actor Mads Mikkelsen, but I don't know that character's name. Is he
Why
like
would
the
I
dark
remember
one
it?
or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
What about
dude.
the name of the bad guy from Civil War?
I have no idea.
I don't know why, but I thought
Captain
Ivan.
America. I'm just kidding.
Iron Man.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Zemo, but
Zemo.
like again, you forget it's so forgettable.
It's not a very
I said
memorable-
Ivan, dude.
Ivan. Wait, that's Iron Man 2, isn't it? The Whiplash guy.
It may
Yeah,
be. I think that is
maybe.
Iron. Bring me the border.
I don't know his name either. So okay,
I
moving
want
on.
my border.
I want my border.
All right.
All right. Next up, we got Black Panther. The first one, I loved. The first
I
Black
love
Panther
the
movie.
first one.
It was pretty good. Killmonger is awesome. I mean, come
Killmonger
on.
was a good villain.
The final scene sucked, but other than that,
Yeah,
it
the
was good.
CGI was rough.
Yeah.
I don't think it could be quite S yet. To be honest with you,
No.
it's not quite S yet.
It's not quite S yet.
To be honest, I don't know if any of these are going to be S. Maybe.
Well,
well,
I don't know.
the next
Let's
movie we
wait,
got
let's
is Infinity War, and I
Okay,
will
that's- I can say that's
100%
S,
put
yeah.
that.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
That. Oh my gosh.
That movie is a
so
really
good.
good movie.
It's so good.
I don't think I've seen it since it came out though, but it's probably
Really,
S.
Dude.
Yeah.
I saw that movie 3 times in theaters opening day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude. Really?
No,
Yeah,
it's,
so-
it's a banger.
So I
That's a
remember
lot.
staying up. Me and a couple of friends, we went up to the midnight release of the movie, and we were there, and it was on a school night. And I remember looking around and like seeing my teachers sitting in the same theater that I was, and we're like, "Hey, be in school tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And so we got to school the next day, and then right afterwards, I went to go watch it with another group of friends. I went back home, and then my parents were like, "Hey, I heard this movie came out. Do you want to go watch it?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." 3 times opening day, and just amazing movie.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
Also, the ending, like your jaw drops when you're like,
Yeah.
did they just
Yeah.
lose? First
Yeah.
time like ever in like Marvel history. It's just kind of
So
like,
good.
oh my, like
They left on a
what
legit
now?
cliffhanger.
You know?
Exactly.
Because
Oh,
you never
it's so
expect
good.
a Avengers movie to be like,
Kind of
well,
sad.
you don't know what's gonna happen until you see the next one.
Exactly.
Like-
It hits you hard, especially when like Spider-Man dies and everything like that.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh my
spoilers.
I mean, 2018. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
People should know by now, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's wild.
But I remember thinking, walking out of the theater for all 3 of those times, man, I can't wait a whole year for that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
And then here we are 5 years later talking about it.
And we're
Yeah.
like, all I have now is Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel.
And I was like, man, I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
And then Ant-Man and the Wasp was easily a D-tier movie.
Let's be
for
real.
me.
Yeah, it's not.
I think
like-
it's either
it's
D or
not
bad, even honestly.
It's-
I don't even know. It's not great.
I think it's. Yeah, it's not great.
It's
I
either
mean,
D or bad.
I'm trying to defend it a little bit, but there's like,
So
Ghost is kind of
it's
cool.
funny.
Sometimes.
the coolest part about that movie was the very, very like post-credit scene whenever Ant-Man gets stuck in the quantum realm.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
cool.
you're like, oh no.
Oh yeah, you're
now
right.
there's
Oh,
something.
you missed it, bro.
Yeah.
It did show you kind of like a cool, like what was Ant-Man doing during all this, you know? Because
It
people
was.
point out like, why didn't he fight Thanos? You know, like
under house arrest.
well, he was busy, and this is a very important movie as well.
It
That's
is.
why we're not putting it as bad.
Yeah. Plus, I
Definitely
think
D.
other things deserve the bad tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Later
That's fair.
on. But after that, we
okay.
have Captain Marvel, which
I don't think it's as bad as people say, but it's not great. I mean, it's not good.
I would put it under a D tier.
Yeah, D. I think D as well.
D is
yeah,
fine
because I
for me.
think people say like it's the worst movie. Like it's not. Relax. It's not the worst.
It's not the worst movie.
But it's not good by any means. It's pretty
Yeah.
mid for sure.
Yeah. The special effects are good. I think Brie Larson is fine.
What's that actor? The other guy, the bad guy. What's his name? He's really good. I forgot his name.
Dude, I don't even remember the bad guy.
His name
Remember
is
the Scrolls.
I don't even remember who the bad guy was.
Next is in Endgame.
Really?
That's like A or S for me, honestly. No, wait. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
That okay?
Let me.
that's
check
like
again.
that's
Yeah.
next because that's the only two.
I
movies
say
we did.
that's
Yeah.
I say that's an A.
I put
I
A
think
or
it would
S
S tier.
because like
Man,
obviously
I want to put it in S.
people like it. People like Infinity War better than Endgame, but I think Endgame is still like it's not quite as good, but it's still very
I think
good.
it's phenomenal. So Dante, why don't you want to put it in S?
Why don't I? I don't know. Like I just, I mean, like it was. Who am I kidding? It's an S tier. It's so good.
You tried, but
I try to find something, and there's nothing. It's great.
it
It's
just
so
wraps
good.
up 10 years of storytelling pretty
It
well.
does. And at
Yeah.
the very end of it,
Oh.
you're like, man,
Dude.
what
Which
a
is why-
good
Oh.
ending.
Everything after this should just half of it should not exist. Like just slow down.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sure
They
but-
should have taken a break.
We're not quite done with Phase 3, though. The next Spider-Man movie
Far
is
From
still in
Home.
Phase 3.
That's
Far
a,
From Home.
That's a C for me
I think it's a B. Ooh.
because it's worse than both Civil War and Homecoming for me personally. I personally put it in
I think
C.
it's
What'd you
about the same.
you think it's
So-
about the same? Okay.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I don't have that big of a problem. What's your problem with it?
Well, I just think it's like it doesn't do anything new. There's nothing more that happens in it. It's the exact same personal like story, like character growth that he learns. You know.
There isn't a whole lot of character development.
Yeah, there's not much really. The villain's cool, but like it wasn't really a twist. Like we all knew yet. It's Mysterio. It's
Yeah,
like,
but what if you're
he's a
not a
bad guy.
nerd? I think it was cool how Mysterio's character was pretty much just a normal dude, just tricking people into thinking he
Yeah.
had powers. That was kind of unique.
That was interesting,
I
yeah.
guess, but like,
Yeah, I think it's still too much Shield influence on it, and it's like it just I don't know. It's all right. I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
bad movie. It's just
I will admit there's not a whole lot of
You know.
character development. It's just a fun high school movie. I think.
yeah. So like it could be better for me personally, but it's not bad. I think it's better than Ant-Man and Captain Marvel.
All right, are we gonna? Yeah, it is better than Ant-Man and
Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
But I
think
wouldn't
I'll
say
probably
it's a-
put it in B.
Okay, I'm getting
Okay.
tired the more we go. The movies are getting worse.
I'm just getting more and more sad.
Yeah,
Like there's
all right,
maybe
let's
one
go.
or two movies that I'd
There's a couple
barely
good-
put in A.
There's a couple good ones I like.
I have
but-
quite a few opinions about these upcoming ones. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the first TV show,
Okay.
WandaVision.
Okay. Who wants to talk about this first?
I'll let Dante do it.
You got it.
come on, dude. This is a good show.
What? Really?
I like
Wow.
this show a lot. It's so unique.
It's very unique.
It's
Interesting.
confusing. At first,
Yeah.
you're just like, what is going on? And why is no one addressing it? And then slowly it lets
Yeah.
you in more. There's something going on.
Maybe I need to watch it again.
I think it would have been boring if they would have just told you, oh yeah, this is what's happening. This is Shield, like
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. No, dude. It treats you as if you're one of the citizens, like in the beginning of the show.
It does, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, but again, it's more of an experience than like I guess a good show. I guess you could say.
yeah.
I will say they butchered the ending. I
For
think
sure.
They,
I
they
100%
did not
I'm glad
land
you guys
it
consider
very
it, yeah.
well.
For sure.
I thought the first 3 episodes were like peak television. I was like, this
Even
is
like
so
up
good.
to 5 and
Yeah.
6. I thought
But
it was like really good.
The moment they started bringing in more Shield stuff, I was like, we've already seen Shield and we've already seen this stuff. Like, give me more weird stuff. And then it just got more and more worse. And then it seemed like they were kind of justifying Wanda's actions a little bit by throwing in a bad guy.
She was definitely a
And I was
villain.
like, she's really not a good guy, right? Like, I'm not crazy thinking that, right?
No, she's not.
And then they're like, oh,
She's very much a
Agatha,
bad guy.
she's evil because she's a witch and she's dark and that's why she's a bad guy. And it's like, okay, but why? Why is she, like, why? How is she worse than Wanda at this point? you
I'd
know?
be willing to say that this is probably a B or C tier like show.
Yeah.
Let's
shows.
put this in. I'll vote B tier, but you guys decide. It's majority rules. If you guys want C, C is fine.
Okay. I'd probably put C, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd also probably put it in a C tier
Okay, sick.
Okay.
because I don't think it's as good as the rest of these B tier
Yeah.
movies.
I hated it when I first
Yeah.
watched it, but having some time away from it, I'm like, it's not as bad as I thought. But
Okay.
it's still not like good, great. I mean, great, but it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
terrible.
All right, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I didn't finish watching that, guys. I got bored.
Okay,
I'm gonna be
it's
straight up
okay.
on this
That's
video.
why I'm here.
That's why we got Dante
I
and
watched
Josh.
it.
So you guys go ahead and do this.
So Dante,
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't put it anywhere higher than B though.
I wouldn't either.
Maybe not even B.
I'd probably put it the same level of WandaVision.
Honestly,
I did
it
not
was
like the flag
I was just like,
smashers.
I was like, okay, like, I didn't feel like it had its, I guess, cool moments, like when he was bashing that guy's head in and stuff like that. I was like, oh, Marvel. what are
John
you
Walker was a
doing?
cool villain.
Stop it.
I didn't like the flag smashers as villains too much.
No.
This is one of the first times where I was like, okay, they made a 6-hour movie, and then they just split it up by every hour,
And
so
you
they
could
had to add
tell
a lot
that half
fluff.
of it should have been cut out. You know,
Yeah.
it was like
That's probably why I stopped watching because the pacing was just so
pacing
boring
was
in the
awful.
first 3
it
episodes.
bored me, frankly. And so yeah,
That's why you
C
got to pace
tier.
your show like a TV show, not like a 6-hour movie.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
they're starting to learn that a little bit.
Yeah.
After that, though,
Because like
had-
She-Hulk, we'll get to that in a second, but that is paced more like a TV show. I haven't seen Loki, and I know I've been meaning to, and I know
Really?
I probably will
Dude,
like it.
come
I just
on.
haven't
Loki
seen it.
Loki is
it's
one of my
great.
I
favorites.
just don't have time for all
great.
these shows. There's too many. Dude.
There is a
So
lot.
many.
You should have watched them while they came out, bro. Okay,
I know.
but
I just,
Loki is amazing. And it
Loki was really
it
good.
literally like
Yeah.
plays into like the the origins of Kang. It
Yeah.
plays into like the multiverse.
Owen Wilson's in it.
Yeah.
I love Owen Wilson. I feel like I really would like it. I
Dude,
just need to get around.
If
to
we're
watching
gonna watch Ant-Man Quantumania later next week,
it. I gotta watch.
we have
Loki.
to. You have to.
Yeah,
You have to
I
watch it,
probably
bro.
should watch it.
It's good. It's really good.
I have some theories that Loki might show up in like a post-credit scene.
That would be cool.
It would be really cool, but I would put this in like a A or B tier, like because I love
Yeah.
this show.
I would say
Probably
A.
B. Okay, A.
Okay.
Michael, did you see any of these?
Josh,
Any of the episodes of
we
Loki?
can't like
No, I
we
didn't see
can't
it.
like do a majority thing because he hasn't seen it.
I like
know.
know what happens at the end, and I know the spoilers and stuff, but like, or some of it at least.
Okay.
Oh, you
But I haven't.
loser.
Well, I just couldn't avoid it. I'm sorry.
I really liked it.
I feel like I really would like it though.
I would put this in like an A tier.
I agree.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but does it have kind of like a Doctor Who kind of vibe to it almost?
I've never seen Doctor Who.
Me neither. Sorry.
Okay, well, never mind then. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like the vibe of it. I'll just watch it. Okay.
All right, next up
Okay.
we got Black Widow.
I didn't watch it.
This is bad.
This is
it's pretty bad.
I'm realizing how bad I am at keeping up with this afterwards. I just
Come
haven't
on.
seen
Well,
it.
okay, you get like
It did not look good.
You get viewer fatigue after a while because then you're
Yeah.
like, oh man, I missed a month of watching this and I
The
missed
thing is-
2 movies and a show and
This movie should have came out in phase 2 or 1.
for real.
For
like-
sure. Why
I
did
think-
they wait so long?
One of the core Avengers? I don't know. Maybe
This was also
don't
one
wait
of the
till after
first-
she dies to make a movie.
exactly
of
like
her.
oh no, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? Is she gonna die at the end? Like, this was also one of the first movies where like the really bad CGI really came.
Dude.
Yeah, that one scene I saw.
Dude, so bad.
And I know it's
so
because
bad.
it's because of COVID a little bit and overworked employees, which sucks. You know, because you don't want to give crap to the VFX artist.
Because
It's
they
the
were
studio.
they were,
You know,
they were taking out shows just
Yeah.
like that, and they overworked employees. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault.
and it was
It's-
delayed too. It was delayed a year,
Was it
wasn't it?
really? Yeah,
think
you're right.
It was delayed, wasn't it? Because of COVID.
It was so bad.
That's funny.
They were
Okay.
just it was just attempted a money grab, and it
Yeah.
did not work.
It did
Don't
not.
trash on the VFX artists though, because they put in work. It's
They put
the
in more
producers
work than you
who
could
just-
ever do.
It's the
Mom.
producers
Talk
who
bad
are
about them.
Don't
All
trash
right.
talk a mom.
What do we got? What do we got now?
Next up, we got What If.
I saw 2 episodes
Okay.
of it. I liked.
It was unique.
I didn't really like an episode of it to watch, to be honest with you. I watched the zombie one and I was kind of disappointed.
Half of the episodes were really good, I think.
Yeah.
Half of the episodes. Do you remember you saw it, right?
Yep.
Okay, the Doctor Strange episode
I saw that one.
was
I thought it was okay. It was pretty
awesome. I
That was
cried at
pretty
the
good.
end of it.
Really?
I-
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude.
I liked it a lot.
So much hopelessness, and frankly, it makes. I mean, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it was kind of like a
It was definitely one of those ones that you could skip.
good. Yeah.
Probably a C tier.
C tier.
I feel like it's hard to judge that one because
kinda
of every
hurts to
episode
do.
different.
Next one we got, I think, is Eternals.
Not Hawkeye?
Eternal.
Oh,
Hawkeye
Eternals was
comes
before,
after.
yeah. I did not see Eternals either.
Dude, you're not a Marvel fan, bro.
It doesn't look fun, dude. I'm sorry. It
It's
looks so
dude, that's,
boring.
that's the point, though. It's not. It's very, it's
So,
very dark, and it's like serious. Serious.
I was on board with this movie.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning when they started like advertising for it, they're introducing 12 new characters. They're going to be the Eternals. It's going to be a movie that spans across multiple thousands of years. I was like, holy crap, this is going to be so good. And then the movie came out and I left the theater just feeling really upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, you're right. The anticipation was sick. I saw the powers of the characters. I was like, dude, this is gonna be sick. But dude, it wasn't. It was just like I was like, what is
Because
this?
when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, it's kind of like a Marvel Justice League. But
Kind of. It's
but
like
it wasn't.
They should have done a more Marvel approach to it. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know, dude. Also, there's a giant person in the Earth now.
Yeah.
And no one's talked about
That's
it.
gonna affect the ecosystem for sure.
Nah, it's not. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I've actually been thinking about doing a video essay on this movie for a while.
Oh, really? We should
Really?
do it, bro. Do
Well,
it.
stay tuned just in case he does that. Anyway, so that's a D tier.
I don't
not
think
bad?
it's quite as bad as Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Well, because
There's some. I mean,
I did rewatch The Eternals a few months ago, and the first half of that movie, the setup and the build-up and introducing all the characters, I think they do that really well.
Yeah.
Where it fails me is kind of towards the end of this movie.
Okay, well, I did see this one, and I really liked this one a lot, actually.
So Shang-Chi, we're going to...
I think it was.
I watched this movie twice. I loved it.
I put an A for me personally. I liked it
it
a
was
lot.
really fun.
I love seeing just tight choreography, and like I love kung fu movies, and it was just really cool.
And
to
also
see that.
like how
was
it took the Aquaman approach and said,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot, but we're going full throttle on this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there are dragons in this world, you know?
Yeah.
There are like everything, you know?
Yeah. I will say, as a person who spent a period of time in my life growing up overseas in Asia in particular, I did like
Bro, same.
the representation in this movie.
Shut up.
And just the Asian culture was, I think, very well done.
The only complaint I would have is it has a lot of they'd have a serious conversation and then they cut to like joking. Very much jarring though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is the movie I can notice it most in. There's a
Really?
scene when they're on the airplane and he's like telling his whole backstory about his trauma and his
Oh,
childhood,
yeah.
and then they get interrupted by beef or chicken, and it's like, but it's not even funny. So it's kind of like,
It's not
dang.
funny.
Other than that,
And
I like it a lot.
The CGI fight scene gets a whole lot of hate at the very end, but I think
Better
it's very
CG than other.
it's very good CG,
Yeah.
and I think
And,
that it's very symbolic of
dude,
what's happening.
The amount of effort it took to like create like the CGI for that. I saw an interview with the what's it called? The animators.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I guess so, yeah.
Like when they're making that, they were like, dude, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
It's so
And
hard to
it
do.
looks really good.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's cool.
All right, next up we got Hawkeye.
Didn't watch it.
Dude, It's okay. It was pretty.
I've heard
mid.
anywhere from some people were like, "Oh, it's so good," to people were like, "No, it's awful." To people being like, "Eh."
Yeah.
It's fun. I
My
guess.
brother loves this, and he watched it before I watched it, and he was like, "Dude, you have to watch it. It's the best Marvel project ever."
Shut up.
Dude, that's exactly what I said. I was like, man, he really hyped it up for me. They spoilers. They introduced Fisk into the
Yeah,
MCU,
I knew
and
that.
I did not like Fisk's character in this.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I know about it really is that Fisk, because I'm a big Daredevil fan, and they have Wilson Fisk, but he seems kind of poorly misrepresented,
He
you
is.
know, and it's kind of like,
And it's sad because it's
Yeah.
the same actor. It's just a poorly written, like,
You can tell not a lot of effort went into like introducing that character.
Like,
He
maybe
just
they
kinda-
didn't watch-
He was kind of just there, and we were just like,
Yeah.
oh, what? Okay,
yeah.
do something with that.
I'm
you
gonna
know?
get some hate for this. I don't love Yelena's character. She's the girl that was introduced in Black Widow. I just don't think she's that great.
Oh, that's what's
Florence
her?
Pugh's character.
I've seen her in Midsummer. That's a movie I've seen.
dude. What? Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
good,
But I've not
good.
seen these. Okay, here we go.
But I don't like her character in the MCU so far.
Yeah.
She just doesn't seem very fleshed
I haven't
out.
seen a single thing with her in the MCU.
I'm okay with putting it in a D tier.
D.
Yeah. I did not like this show.
I mean, okay.
What were you gonna put it?
Yeah.
What were you gonna
I
do?
was gonna be gracious and put it in C, but no, it's not as good as. God. It's just okay. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it just happens, and you're just like, all right,
cool.
yeah.
Next.
All right, next up we got the one and only Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
No Way
Okay,
Home.
can I just say, as a giant Spider-Man fan, my heart wants to put this in S, but I know in my brain that it's not quite that good. Actually, I just love it that much. You know what I'm saying?
I would
Like-
also.
Does that
Sorry,
make
go ahead.
sense?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, no, I get it. Go for it.
Okay. Much like WandaVision is a good experience, especially
Yes.
if you're like us, if
Really
you've
good.
seen and you love all the Spider-Man and you watch it in theaters, you're like, holy crap, that's Andrew Garfield. Holy
I
crap.
remember people standing up and
I-
cheering. And
Yeah.
Popcorn was flying.
I was
dude.
one of them, dude.
I was
Holy crap.
crying, dude, because I was like, "That's my Andrew Garfield," you know. And then Toby, I was like, "My childhood," you know. And you're
Dude,
just
it was
like,
so good.
yeah. But we have to take our bias away. You know, objectively, I think it's still a pretty good movie.
Objectively,
I think it
is.
finally completes Tom
Yeah.
Holland's character's arc. But there's some missteps and some of the shots are kind of and there's, you know, it's I don't know, some of the CGI is kind of a little rough. But I mean, I would probably put it maybe A or A, probably A. I could settle for A because I think
I would put it in an
Same.
S tier movie. I remember liking it just as much as I liked the first two, like the Infinity War and Endgame.
okay, yeah, I enjoyed it more than those movies.
Yeah.
But I think as far as how well it's made, I think
Putting pressure on me.
I
Okay.
put an A. It's up to you though, Dante. You're the tiebreaker here.
Yeah.
He's like bad. Wow.
But man, I guess we got to
I
settle for
have not
B.
seen it. Just kidding. I'm okay. Honestly,
Like, how have you not seen this movie?
I think
Just go
it
with your gut.
I think it's A.
A.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
think it's a high A though.
I don't like it.
I
But
know.
It's a
respect
steamy
it.
A. It's a steamy A.
It's a steamy, saucy A. Here we go.
See me. All right,
What's
we are
next?
nearing the end of this. The next up, we got Moon Knight. I freaking love.
I love
Moon
this
Knight.
show. I love it.
So I was
You
gonna
have
put
no
it.
opinion on it because you've
No,
haven't
I
seen
didn't
it?
finish it. I watched.
got
I
it.
started watching it,
Got it.
and then I got a little bored. Then I stopped.
Okay, look. I know.
I would put
I
it
know-
in A, but I'm not gonna put it on the same level as Spider-Man.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
probably
a-
get-
yeah,
It's a B tier, probably.
it is. I know there are problems with the CGI and stuff like that, but come on, guys. Come
It was
on.
it was one of the most unique TV shows.
Oh, for sure.
Ever.
I like
Because
Oscar Isaacs a lot.
Oscar Isaac
He
is
does
phenomenal.
so good.
Yeah.
Playing two characters like that, like fluidly, it's so good.
Especially there's a scene in like episode 4 or 5 where you could just see his face just switch, and he's like, oh, that's a different character now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His acting was so good. The writing on the first 3 episodes especially were really good. Towards the ending, it did kind of get a little, but I'm excited for a potential season 2 from that.
Yeah, Marvel's really diving deep with all these like different worlds and like gods and stuff like
Yeah.
that in the universe. Like when I saw like the afterlife that they were in, I was like, whoa, wow, they're really everything. Wow, okay.
They're really going in on it.
Can we just point out how awful these posters are, though?
I think I Am Groot was around.
I
this
didn't watch
area.
it.
Did you watch it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a
You've watched
child,
all
so
these,
I
dude.
wasn't crazy about it.
I
Not a
like
child.
it was like 5 shorts that were 3 minutes long.
Maybe I
And
saw
I-
like one of the shorts.
I
don't-
maybe chuckled twice.
I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. Like it was cute, But like, I don't look for that when I watch Marvel.
Yeah.
We have to judge it for what it is, though.
Screw it. It's D tier. I'm saying it. I'm gonna say it.
Great.
Yeah.
I was not entertained.
It was do better. I remember just sitting down like on a couch and just being like, well, let's get it over with, thinking that it had something bigger to tie into, which it didn't.
Okay,
next up we have Miss Marvel.
Wait, I feel like wasn't Doctor Strange or Thor before that or something, or maybe I'm wrong.
I think actually it was Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Thor
I feel like my view.
was not.
Okay, we'll get
We're
out in a
Multiverse of
second.
Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. This one.
Okay.
I think my view on this one has changed like 3 times. When I first saw it, I was like, I think it was pretty good, but I don't know. Everyone around me hated it, so I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't like it. But then I was like, it's actually not as bad.
Gave into peer pressure.
I don't know. I think it does a lot of things awesomely, and then a lot of things kind of meh, and it kind of just meets in the middle to pretty good.
I didn't feel like there was a whole bunch of multiverse or madness,
Yeah, that's fair.
and I didn't like Wanda as a
false
villain.
advertisement.
You didn't
bro.
I kind of liked Wanda's villain. I
Well,
thought she was pretty cool.
I think
as
she
a
would have been a
villain.
really cool villain, but
Yeah.
she just didn't seem villainy.
That's the thing. Everybody loved her as a hero, and I was like, I don't like her as a hero in the Avengers. I mean, yeah. But I was like, but as a villain, she'd be great. And people were like, she's not going to be a villain. I was like, okay. And then she's a villain in this one. I was like, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
She turns out to be a pretty cool
And
villain.
then she died?
I think so. I don't know. Probably not. But
Probably not. You know Marvel. They love to
Yeah.
not kill people anyway. So, I think this is
I could say C,
I'd put
Or
it in a
B.
B or C.
B or C. Yeah, I could say B
Yeah.
or C. I don't want to say.
I just wish that there was more multiverse, more madness, because
Yeah.
a movie that came out close to this was Everything Everywhere All at
Yeah.
Once, and that movie was
so that movie. Yeah, we can't.
kind of
compare.
what I
we
wanted
can't-
this to be.
We can't compare.
we
Those.
cannot compare those movies, dude.
Yeah, one of them had
I'm
high
okay.
budget and a whole bunch of people
I'm
working
honestly
on it. The other
okay.
person.
Yeah. Because this thing had a director, and then he quit like halfway through, and they had Sam Raimi come in after script's already done, so he had to just like do his own thing. But the things that Sam Raimi does are really cool, and it's very unique, and it feels like a
You
filmmaker
can tell.
film.
Yeah, he has
You
something
know?
to do with it for sure.
So I'd say B.
Let's say B.
I'd say
put
B. I'm actually.
I will say
considered
B tier.
Yeah,
All right, next up we got Miss Marvel.
didn't watch it.
I watched the first episode.
I watched all of it, and it's definitely a C tier movie show.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I don't know. Maybe B, maybe D. Actually, it's just I was not a target demographic. Obviously,
I feel like you have the hardest time deciding what things are on here.
it's because I know it's not for me. It's for
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
for tweens. You know.
You're not crazy about this? What?
But it was very much like, whoa, I have powers now. But then
'Cause you have to look
but
at
then
it-
all of a sudden it gets serious halfway
Oh,
through. You're just
okay.
like, what? Huh? The tone shifts all drastically, and I was like,
Yeah.
drastically.
Drastically
Drastically.
part.
Drastically.
Jurassically.
Not doesn't have,
Jurassically.
it has no dinosaurs.
What?
So that's
No
definitely D tier worthy. Let's
All
move
right.
I'm
on.
not watching a single Marvel movie until
All
there's
right.
a dinosaur in one of them. Okay.
Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm easily putting this in a C tier.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When I first saw this, I was like, oh gosh, that was so fun. But I saw it with a group of friends, and it was like, that was a good time. And then people were like, that movie sucks. I was like, what, really? And then I was like, wait, you know what? I think you're kind of right. I changed my mind completely. That movie
Dude.
actually does kind of suck.
It had everything going for it, dude. Christian Bale.
The trailer
Dude.
made it look so cool,
Dude.
dude. I was hoping it was like an
How do you
emotional.
screw this up.
Dude.
It should have been an emotional journey for Thor and a conclusion for his story, and then it was just like not.
This movie came out half a year ago, and I'm still seeing memes about it to this day.
Dude,
Yeah.
the ending made me so mad. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, like it like
They
I don't know, you
introduced
take
Mighty
this awesome
Thor.
villain, and then it's kind of like, all right, kids, grab a stick. I give you the powers of Thor.
I
I'm just like,
forgot about
I'm
that.
like, you got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
kidding me, dude. It made me so mad.
Yeah.
I was like,
the thing that made me the most mad is they introduced Mighty Thor, and she was actually really cool in this movie. I was like, okay, sick. And they were like, psych, she still dies. Bye. I was like, oh, one movie, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I wanted to love it. I loved
really
some
wanna
parts,
like
but
it.
as a whole,
I'm
didn't.
trying to defend it,
I
but
didn't
you're
like
right.
it.
Dang it. Frick. And the poster's
Frick.
awesome,
That
dude. Look at that
hurts so
poster.
bad, bro.
Golly.
It's such a fun movie. You know?
It's
Why'd
fine.
you have to do
Okay,
this,
I'm just
bro?
mad that it's not.
Alright.
I wish it was good.
She-Hulk.
Okay, here's the thing. People hate on She-Hulk, but here's the thing. Like you said, a lot of these shows aren't made for you. She-Hulk is not made for us. So I knew that going into it. It's a comedy show about like a girl who's just like going through her life and stuff. It's not like a big epic
Have you seen it?
action. Yeah, I've seen it.
All of it?
Yeah, it was actually interesting enough for me. I thought it was entertaining.
You
And
didn't watch all of it either.
So I watched the first 3-4
Yeah.
episodes.
I
It's not-
tried. I tried.
It's not for you guys. It's not for you guys. Here's the thing. For what it is, though, you got to think about for what it is.
We have to let Michael do this.
It's not S, obviously. It's not A, obviously, and it's not B. I'd probably put it C. Yeah, because it is definitely better than the other shows. A lot of the other shows I'd seen. Because like her character is at least interesting, and she did a good job as acting. Daredevil comes in and. Unlike where Hawkeye did not do a faithful representation of Fisk, this did a faithful representation of Daredevil, and I was really appreciative of that.
That's fair.
And he actually was Daredevil, and it was like cool.
I'm gonna go watch She-Hulk just so that I can say that I've seen it and I can rate it in bad.
Okay, you think it would be bad? Wow,
I do.
Interesting.
I do not like the writing of it. From the first 3 episodes, I couldn't get into it.
And when Abomination was in that court case thing, that's kind of the last episode I watched. I was like, what's going on right now? Is this this Marvel? What's going on here?
I don't like that it was
because it's not like anything else Marvel. It's like the point of it is like, hey, this is not like your action show or anything like that. But they didn't do a good job of advertising that. I will say. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's going to be like another action show." Like it's like no, it's a comedy show. It's like your everyday, it's a comedy drama thing. That's what it is.
Michael, I do have to ask, of all of the Marvel TV shows that has come out, how come you saw She-Hulk?
Because I watched it with my girlfriend. That's why, and I had a good time watching it. So Josh and I are about to disagree on this next one. I think.
Wakanda
Really?
Forever.
Yeah, because I really like Wakanda Forever.
Why?
You don't like that movie?
I mean, it's good.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like it.
I mean,
Oh,
it's like
what do you didn't like about it?
The pacing.
Okay.
I think this was the first MCU movie that I saw and I got bored halfway through.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird, guys. I loved this movie all the way through.
I was kind of like, oh man, I wanted to like it, but
That makes me so sad that you guys didn't like this one.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean,
it was
to each their own,
I did not like. Well, okay, things I did like about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Visually, I thought this movie was phenomenal.
Yeah, they did.
The
look
writing,
really good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
The tone, they nailed it. I did not like any of the new characters that they introduced.
Interesting.
I did not like who's the new Iron Man character.
Ironheart is her name.
Ironheart. I
Riri
didn't
Williams.
like her very much.
Yeah.
I did
It's
not like
oh yeah,
Namor
another
very
smart
much.
kid.
I will
Great,
say she was kind of shoehorned in there a little bit, and that was a main complaint I have, keeping it from like a big rating or whatever. Some things I loved about it though, I think Shuri, dude, Letitia Wright
great.
just nailed that. Like the performances are insane. Probably some of the best performances of like any Marvel thing I've ever seen. So like performance wise, so good. Also, by the way, the actress, I don't remember her name, for the mother is the first ever performance Oscar nomination in a single Marvel movie ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Isn't
Like,
that
she
crazy?
did do a great job.
She got
the acting is a saving grace for me, I guess.
So good.
Also,
Did you guys not like the villain, like
the
Namor?
action was pretty sick.
Action was cool, yeah.
He was alright.
I think I didn't
he was
love
cool.
Namor. He kind of falls under the forgettable MCU villains for me.
Really?
I think they really tried to do a Aquaman type of a thing for him, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought they
think
were
that's-
trying to make him relatable,
Yeah.
but I think they made him too relatable, and the fact that towards the end I was like, wait, is he a bad guy or who's the bad guy? And I don't think that's what they were trying to do.
Well, because the character himself isn't necessarily a villain. Like he is kind of an anti, kind of in the in the comics. So like, but I think what I liked what it did worked for me about making him not quite forgettable was that they had this whole world of him, and like he's from a whole separate world and kind of like getting into that whole mythology of the underworld thing. So that was kind of cool.
But where were they when Thanos came?
I don't know, dude. That's another weird plot hole. But yeah, you're right about that. That's
I'd
fair.
put this as a C or B tier.
Oh, C. Wow. That's,
really, I'm gonna say B.
I'd have to say like A for me personally. So what do we do for three different things?
Meet in the middle. Say B.
We'll do B.
Wow, that's tragic. That is a tragic one.
Yeah, it's kind of a hot take.
Yeah.
But like,
I think you guys actually might have the hot take in this one.
I think so. I think the majority of people I've
Yeah.
seen have loved this movie, but nobody's talking about it anymore. All right, so the next two that we have are the kind of the specials that they did.
Yeah.
First up, we got Werewolf by Night.
Can I just say both of these specials are great?
I thought they were
awesome.
But
Yeah,
we
both well done.
gotta figure out how great.
Yeah,
Werewolf by Night for me is pretty awesome.
I think it's an
I put it a B tier.
They went for a
B.
vibe.
I was gonna say A for me, honestly,
I don't know. I can go either way, honestly.
because I think it's just like
Because we have
they dare to do something different, and I'll always give props to a Marvel thing for doing something different.
Plus, the poster's cool.
It's a cool poster.
when I was watching it, I was just like, dude, this is so cool. Dude, this is so cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
The music, the intro,
think
everything was like
I'll put it in A.
For a short, yeah, A.
sick.
I'd probably put that one A or B, honestly. Also,
Guardian special. I'd probably
Okay.
put it in B. I didn't love
yeah,
it as
okay,
much.
B is fine for me.
Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy holiday special going in B tier.
Because it's like a fun little Christmas special, but at the very end, it's like, oh, it's a little heartwarming thing that connects the whole Yondu thing. That was like, oh,
It's important
that was
too
good.
because you realize that spoilers, by the way, Mantis is related. Is like
yeah, that's another huge implication. So
Peter, and
it
that's
kind
a
of sets
huge
up
deal.
Guardians
It is.
3 in a cool way.
It
so.
does. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. So the rest
Really
of this
solid.
year, I think kind of what I'm learning is that I don't love these shows.
Yeah,
I liked Loki. I liked Moon Knight, but Moon Knight to me is kind of just a separate own thing.
basically.
I'm really excited about the movies that are coming out this next year, though. I know nothing about the TV shows.
Oh wow.
But anyway, this has been another episode
Whiteboard.
of
Oh, this has been
another
Episode
of
white.
board.
banter.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you for
watching.
watching.
Don't look at that camera. Don't look at that camera. Look at that one.
Thank you
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys
Oh
for
my
watching.
And thank you.
And
Yeah,
And
and you.
Thank you.
if you guys like this episode, go check out some of our other content. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
I'm walking here. I bet you guys thought you were real cute, didn't you?
I bet you thought you were really smart.
Nice one, Josh. Nice one.
Really nice, Josh.
Great job.
I hate you guys.